you knew that the way your brain is wired affects every single part of your life, wouldn't it be good to know that you can actually change that wiring and change every aspect of your life? Where your brain is wired affects every single aspect of your life, including your self-confidence, your self-belief, whether you succeed or whether you fail in life. It can create positive mental health or a negative mental health. It can affect your attitude to life. It can affect the people that you hang around with. It can affect every single part of your life. It even creates who we are at our core. It creates our personality. So isn't it amazing to know that we can create any kind of person that we want to be? We can rewire our brains to create the personality that we want to become. We can create an entirely new personality and we can become anyone that we want to become. Step one of getting rid of any negative self-talk and creating positive self-talk is really to notice and track all your thoughts. So notice and track and be very aware, consciously aware of all the thoughts you have throughout the day. Most of us have over 35,000 thoughts every single day. Most of us have a lot more than that. A lot of those thoughts just pass us by without us even noticing. So we need to become very in tune to our thoughts and notice every single thought that we have and notice how positive or negative that thought is. And that is every single thought we have, every single word we speak, the language that we use about ourselves and other people. Is it positive or negative? Because you can't change anything until you actually have a clear understanding of how your brain is working currently and how your brain is wired. You actually know what those thoughts are that you are having. You can't actually change them. The second step is to also notice the language of all the people around you. So the people around you, the media that you let into your brain, is that also positive or negative? Are the people around you putting you down or do they uplift you? Do they speak to themselves negatively or positively? This can also get into your brain and help rewire those pathways in a positive or a negative way. It is so important, the people that you surround yourself with and the media that you let into your brain, because everything you hear will rewire your brain and make those pathways that you already have stronger and more resilient. So if you are letting negativity in your brain, negative people saying negative things about you, about themselves, about other people, just watch other people's language and do they speak respectfully about other people? Do they speak positively about other people, or like jealous of people? Do they speak negatively about people and about the world around them? Because that is something that you really need to watch out for. And then step 3 is to become your own therapist. So when you have noticed and caught on to all the negative thoughts and the negative people and the negative media that is surrounding you, you can then question, is this true? How is this thought? How is this language? How is this person? How is this belief? How is it affecting my life? Is it affecting my life in a positive or a negative way? Can you change it? Know that all the negative thoughts you have in your brain and the way your brain is wired up until now, it can be changed. And those pathways that have got stronger and stronger and stronger over time, they can be rewired. So those children that have extremely positive parents who overpraise their children, and those children are so confident in themselves and they believe that they can make anything in this world happen. That is how you want to feed your brain, and that is how you want to speak to yourself. You will open up a magical world for yourself if you can rewire your brain to be more positive. It will create endless possibilities and endless opportunities, and You will start believing in yourself, and you will start feeling so confident that you can create any kind of life that you want to create. And the next step, step 4, is to actually start replacing those negative thoughts that you pick up on with positive ones. Can you replace that negative thought with something opposite? Instead of saying, I'm not good at maths, you can say, I can get better at maths if I start trying. Instead of saying, I don't have time for learning a language, you can say, I can create time for learning a language. Instead of saying, I will never be able to achieve this dream, you can say, if I put in the time and the effort and learn the things I need to learn, it's very likely that I will achieve the dream. If I put in all the steps possible to get to where I want to be, then I will actually get there. Step 5 is probably the most important. So step 5 is to constantly repeat those self-talk patterns, because the only way you're going to rewire your brain to be more positive is by repetition. The way it works is, imagine you have a field of grass. When you walk over the grass once, it doesn't create a path. Walk over that grass many times, it will then create a visible path. The grass will stop growing. That will then turn into a road. That is what happens in your brain. So every time you think a thought, it gets reprogrammed and rewired, and it gets stronger and stronger. And the strongest thoughts and the strongest pathways will override those weaker pathways and hopefully those negative pathways. The more and more you do this, you will start noticing that you automatically just think positive thoughts, because that is the new way that your brain is wired. You will automatically start believing in yourself. If you try something new, you will automatically start having that self-confidence in anything new you want to try, because that is the way you've wired your brain. It's incredible. The things that we can create, the things that we can control in our brain, we can become smarter, we can become more confident, we can become anything. Our brains are so moldable, incredibly plastic, that now scientifically proven that we can create our reality by our thoughts, because our thoughts will then affect how we act and how we react to things. So the more you do this, the more you'll create deeper, stronger neural pathways that will take over those negative ways of thinking. If we know we have the power within ourselves to create any kind of life that we want and create the kind of person that we want to become, why wouldn't we do that? And we now know through science that is entirely possible. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. Sending lots of love as always. See you in the next one.